Here's some Pythagorean theorem word problems. A baseball diamond is a square with sides of 90 feet. What is the shortest distance to the nearest tenth of a foot between first base and third base? If we're looking at a baseball diamond, the sides are 90 feet. This is similar to our t-ball problem that we saw. And it says the shortest distance between first and third, which would be right here, this distance here. This side's also 90 feet. This would be our right angle, so these are our legs, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. These are going to be a and b. The missing side would be c, our hypotenuse. We're trying to find that distance across. So this is going to be 90 squared plus 90 squared equals c squared. 90 squared is going to be 8,100 equals c squared. So this is going to be 16,200 equals c squared. Remember, our next step is to take the square root. So if I'm going to do that, the square root of 1,6,200. So I get 127.27. So if I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, that 7 is going to actually make this go up to 127.3 equals C. So 127.3 feet from first to third. There's my final answer. The suitcase measures 24 inches long and 18 inches high. So 18 inches high, 24 inches long. What's the diagonal length of the suitcase to the nearest tenth of an inch? So we're talking here. Again, these are both legs, so A and B. Missing side is C. So 18 squared plus 24 squared equals C squared. 18 squared is going to be 324. 576. Add those two together, we get 900 equals C squared. Take the square root of both sides, and we get 30 equals C. So diagonal is 30 inches. So this question is a little bit outdated in terms of computer monitors, but you can actually see this when we talk about laptops as well. The listing that you see, and this is true of TVs too, when you see like a 55-inch TV or whatever, it doesn't mean that the TV is actually 55 inches across. It means that the diagonal is 55 inches. So this is an example with a computer monitor, or think about a laptop screen or a tablet screen. It says it's listed as being 19 inches. So what they're actually talking about is this distance across the screen is 19 inches. It says if it measures 10 inches in height, so it's 10 inches tall, it's a rectangular screen, so there's my right angle. It wants to know what's the width of the screen, so this part here. These are your legs, so A and B, and this part across, the length that they actually give you is your hypotenuse then. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 10 squared plus B squared equals 19 squared. So 100 plus B squared equals 361. We want to get B squared by itself, so we're going to subtract 100 from both sides. So B squared equals 261. Take the square root, and that's going to give us 16.155. So we're going to say 16.2 inches as our final answer then. Go ahead and take a look at the next one. It talks about the older square floppy disks. This was way before your time. They measured 5 1/4 inches on each side. What was the diagonal length? So it was a square. And they were 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and give you a second to go ahead and solve. So pause the video. You're going to solve this one because you're trying to find this. And when you come back, I'll share the answer with you. All right, here we go. You should have gotten 7.4 inches on the diagonal. What I did was I went ahead, these are A and B. Take them, square them. I went ahead and rounded at this stage, which you can do also. Just adding them together, take the square root. C is 7.4 inches along the diagonal. Go ahead, take a look at the next one. A right triangle has a hypotenuse of 13 and a leg of 5, so go ahead. Hypotenuse of 13 and a leg of 5, so we'll call this A, B, C. She asks you to find the other leg of the triangle without using pencil and paper. What's your answer? So here's the deal. This is one of those special ones that's called a pthag triple. And the sides are actually going to be 5, 12, and 13. I would recommend that you go through right now and actually solve through to make sure that you get B equals 12. So go ahead, pause the video, work this one out, and verify using paper and pencil that you actually get the side of 12 then. The last example here, 2 joggers run 8 miles north and then 5 miles west. So they're going to start here, they're going to run 8 miles north, and then 5 miles west, which would be going this way. It said once the shortest distance they must travel to return. So how far do they have to go here? Right triangle, A, B, we're trying to find C. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 5 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. 25 plus 64 equals C squared. 89 equals C squared, square root. So we get 9.4 miles.